The war in Sudan is nearing its one-year mark. In that time, the conflict has seen tens of thousands of people killed and millions now on the verge of famine. This comes after war erupted between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces last April. Today, the United States warned it would push the UN Security Council to take action to aid starving people. The U.S. ambassador to the United Nations says the warring parties have both undermined aid operations and ignored a Security Council call for an immediate ceasefire.
Some 18 million Sudanese people face acute food insecurity. Children are starving, wasting, and dying. Far from their homes and their communities, millions of refugees are praying in overcrowded camps. Clean water is sparse, measles, cholera, and other preventable diseases have spread.
The UN says nearly 25 million people, half of Sudan's population, need aid. Roughly 8 million people have fled their homes, and nearly 5 million could suffer catastrophic hunger in the coming months. Some reports state between 10 to 15,000 people were killed in one city alone in Sudan's West Darfur region just last year as a result of ethnic violence by the RSF and the allied Arab militia. My next guest has family in Sudan and is trying to get them to Canada. Imad Satti is also the president of the Edmonton chapter of the Sudanese community. He joins me now live from Edmonton. Thanks for being here to talk about this very difficult situation for your family abroad. What are you hearing from your family about the situation on the ground?
Yeah, no, the situation is very bad. It's very bad. The war has been going on for a long time already, so everything is becoming very scarce. Food is an issue, water supply is an issue, health is an issue. There's no universities, there's no schools, everything is closed, there's no government. The life is very terrible there.
There are times, I understand, where you cannot connect with them because of connectivity issues. What is that like, being so far away and not knowing what is going on?
Yeah, it's very difficult because there's no stable internet connection or phone connection. So this depends on your luck. You know, sometimes you get lucky to connect and sometimes not. So it is very stressful, and sometimes it could last for over a month. Like in, I think, December to January, we had very long period of time where there was no any connection. And you really didn't know what's happening, if they're safe or what's going on, or is it just an internet issue. It's a lot of stress causing, we are facing a lot of stress as well because of this issue here in Canada.
You're sponsoring 8 of your family members to come to Canada. What's that process been like for you so far?
Yeah, I feel the process is very slow because, you know, the program opened on February 27th and applied on February 28th. And so far I haven't heard anything back from the IRCC yet. And I'm hoping to hear back, but it seems like it's going to be very slow, and we are still very stressed because I want to make sure they get out of there before nothing happens to them.
Well, so
even if they're
Well, given the urgency of the situation, given that, you know, everything that we laid out in the intro in terms of what is going on the ground there and what you're hearing from your family, what do you think the government needs to do here so that applications like yours are processed more quickly?
Well, I think the government needs to prioritize and expedite these applications. So at least some of the Canadian citizens can rest by bringing their families here. And we work very hard to prepare all this documentation and all that. It's been very stressful as well. So we want to close this issue. So I hope the government will expedite these applications so the approval can happen quickly, and these people can come here, you know, while they are still safe. Because any day, any moment, anything can happen anytime.
This is your one story, but, you know, there are so many stories like yours. What are you hearing from the Sudanese community in Edmonton?
Yeah, literally almost all the community members, they are in the same situation because it's a similar situation. There is no safe zone in Sudan. There is no any safe family, and things is deteriorating since the war started. It's getting worse and worse. You know, lack of food, shortage of supplies. Whatever is available is very, very expensive. Some people literally don't have any money to buy anything there. Some it's been very, very, very difficult. Even many close family members, we are not able to support them financially because, they really need that, and they contact us, and really nothing we can do because we only have limited resources to do that. So it is every day we go through a lot of pain here.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, in the Middle East, in Ukraine. Do you feel as though Canadians are aware about the situation in Sudan? Do you think some of the other conflicts that are going on have overshadowed the situation in your home country?
Yeah, definitely. The situation in Ukraine and situation in Gaza, I think, it's overtaken our situation in Sudan. So definitely that has a big effect on our situation in Sudan. And I think we Canadians don't know that much, I think, about the situation in Sudan, but actually it is very terrible. It's one of the, I think, to me, it's one of the worst human crises in the world, it seems. I don't know. To me, it looks like it never happened because the scale is very large. Like Khartoum, where the war started, I think, about 50 million people there. Literally almost nobody there now. At least maybe 10 million, maybe or more, have been displaced. And this is just one city. And then you go to the western region of Sudan, millions of refugees. And then you go to the central eastern part of Sudan, was Al Jazeera, where it used to be stable, and it was the heart of Sudan. And all these areas have been destabilized, and people have been displaced. It's very large. It's unbelievable.
Imad, do come back again and update us on the process and where that is at. We appreciate your time tonight. That is Imad Satti. He is the president of the Edmonton chapter of the Sudanese community, and he joined us from Edmonton.